I was not told there would be a party.
Bro, yeah. Hey, when we go live, include my Twitter in that shit so I can retweet it again when we go live. Of like,
We are live, and you are listening to the A3K podcast right now. Actually, you're watching the A3K podcast, and everything is happening in real time as I send out this tweet to let the world know you can watch us on our YouTube at Anime 3000. No, that's actually on our YouTube. Our YouTube is youtube.com/A3KTV. So, actually, I'll probably get things started, then send out the tweet. So, introductions to everyone that's here. We might have some people coming in. If you have listened to the A3K podcast or even watched us on YouTube before, this particular episode is going to be
Told there would be a party.
this podcast is going to be a little different in the
Damn, that's
sense
English.
that we are going to be looking at a lot of news and cool things that have happened throughout the week and having discussion. And if you're watching this right now and you want to be a part of this discussion, you
Hey,
can
when we go live,
go ahead and use the hashtag A3K, and we'll be checking out the Twitter stream to see your responses, and we'll be answering it and talking about it live as we go on. So right now, who am I? I'm Sean Russell. I am the founder of Anime3000.com, and joining us we have, starting with the person that's plopped up on the screen here,
Johnny.
we have David Majors. Hello, David.
Hello, Sean. Hello, Internet. Hello out there. DJM here, also known as David Majors. I am, I suppose, the newest member of the team at A3K. Happy to be here. Happy to be on my first
Thank you, sir.
ever episode of the A3K podcast. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm slightly terrified. But overall, I can't wait to get this started. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. And then we have Justin Silva. Introduce yourself. Let the people know how fantastic you are.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. Jeez, what a lover we have over here. So I just want to point out I appreciate the stutter on my last name, as though you were wondering what to either fill in the middle there, and then realizing that I've dropped my middle name a while ago, so you just kind of
I'm so used to saying
nonchalantly
it.
flowed that well. I know. So what's up, peoples? I am Justin Silva, or at that Justin Silva, since I've unfortunately had to change my name and pretty much re-identify my entire life. It's like identity theft, except I only have one personality of my own. Outside of that, I watch a lot of anime, more than anyone I know. Happy to be here. Good friend of Sean's for the time being. We'll see you by the end of the show. So,
All right. I'm getting a little bit of a lag here. All right, so if you see me pausing, it's because I'm getting a little bit of lag on my end.
It's not just you, by the way. If you see Sean Russell going all herky-jerky, it's because the internet kind of hates him.
Yep.
Comcast is evil, believe me, I know.
that's true.
And we're doing the best we can to make it through. Sean,
I'm not.
lead us into battle.
All right, so what we're going to do with this particular
Braveheart?
episode, we're going to look at a lot of news articles, and we're going to be talking about them. And if you want to respond to them, just go on Twitter and use the hashtag A3K, and we'll go accordingly. So the first thing that we want to talk about on this episode is there's a Kickstarter, and there's a lot of Kickstarters that come about that deal with Tezuka. But this one, and there's some that are legit and some that aren't so legit. And if does anyone know what I'm talking about as far as the one that some people might have had issues with?
Can't say that I have. If there's any particular Kickstarter that comes to mind that wasn't legitimate, other than the one about potato salad, because seriously, fuck that
Yes. That was the best.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say the F word? I'm sorry. You know what? I'll put in my notice.
I thought the show was
go.
PG. I have to leave now.
I'm going. I'll go.
Mom, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. He said it. Okay, don't get angry. Go make me a damn sandwich.
Sean,
jeez. No,
God. First minute in, I quit. Okay, I'm
done. It's over.
All of the Youmacon stuff.
No, that's okay. We don't have sponsors yet.
We're done.
No, what I'm
weird.
talking about is talk about the article. Let's talk about the article right now. Digital manga, and I heard about this on Twitter before I even read this article. Actually, let me share my screen so you guys can see that, because I know you just love watching me. But I'm going to have to take that pleasure away and make you see my screen.
Damn. You're so fast, Sean.
I know. All right. So right now they're planning a Kickstarter for 6 Tezuka series, and this guy has like so many manga and that are out right now. So it's like he's like the Tupac of the manga world. It's like you think that.
So what you're saying is Osamu Tezuka is still alive.
You find something new. No, I think it's fair to say that he's dead.
Damn.
I think even if he was still alive, even if he didn't die when he should have died, he's probably firmly dead right now.
It's pretty messed up, though.
Yeah. So basically, you can check that out. There's some cool Kickstarters that are out there. You can still see my screen right now. A couple of not his new stuff. None of this is new. Obviously, this stuff is already out, but it's just being brought over to the United States so you can enjoy it all.
Is this going to be sort of a manga publishing by a major company here in the States? Is it like a remastering? What exactly is going on?
Well, Digital Manga, if you're not familiar with them, we've actually featured them on our network before. They're going to be trying to acquire the digital rights for these different titles, like the Three-Eyed One and Rainbow Parakeet. And on their actual quick Kickstarter page, you can check out more about what they're trying to do. But I think it's cool, especially if you're a Tezuka fan, that someone's actively out there trying to bring it to an audience, especially an audience that might have never been exposed to this before, which is going to be a lot of people considering the whole point of the Kickstarter. So definitely check that out. And we have a long list, as you can see right here on my screen, of things we want to cover. So I'm going to keep it moving, unless you guys have anything else to add about that Kickstarter.
No.
I was going to talk about one of the shows that's listed, but we can go on ahead.
All right, go ahead and talk about one of the shows.
Well, the first show that came up to me was the Three-Eyed One creative title, and I was just reading the synopsis of this show about a young man named Shiraku. He's very intelligent, but he covers his third eye and becomes a moron, which sounds like it would fit in perfectly with an anime in 2014. So, once again, a testament to Osamu Tezuka being well ahead of his time. Because this sounds like a really goofy slice of life anime.
It's definitely nothing I've heard or seen before. Justin, anything seems interesting about that premise?
Bro, I do not read manga, so I have nothing to say on this topic, sadly. If you're just asking me for what I think about the synopsis, that's probably the best I could do for you. I can comment on that, but no, this artwork is just freaking me out. There's a good chance I'll have nightmares after seeing this picture. So I mean, he's holding what looks to be like some kind of Hunger Games devil sword or whatnot, combined with his third eye. Or at least if I'm just looking at this thumbnail artwork, but
Hunger Games Devil Sword is the name of my Children of Bodom cover band.
Damn. Yeah, I quit.
So the next article is about a Flickr user that collects cover of Weekly Shonen Jump from the beginning, which I think is fantastic. I wonder if he actually collected, if he rightfully collected them all, or he kind of acquired them through, eBay and different sources. But I'm looking at some of the covers. Have you ever done that? Like, do you guys like hold on to magazines from whatever your hobby is, and then just kind of go through them every once in a while?
Back in the day, when I still had a subscription to GamePro magazine, yes, I'm old, from about 1993 to 2000, 2001, I kept every single copy. Mainly because every once in a while I would still go back to my Sega Genesis and play Mortal Kombat 2 or Mortal Kombat 3, and they always had the strategy guides and the tips in there. But I can totally get some of this because these covers are really awesome, and this will, in about 20 years, despite the fact that One Piece will still be going, this could probably make him a little bit of cash.
Okay, so let's go back to it and look at some of the covers that they have featured on it. So apparently this, okay, that's a spread. All right, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like going back in the time. Now, Justin, I know at one point you said you don't really look at old anime, correct?
I watch older anime. I would say that I haven't had a chance to watch as much as I would like to. I don't even know what the oldest anime is that I've watched. I'd have to look at my list real quick. Off the top of my head, I could think of, maybe Akira. Maybe some of the older Gundams that depends. If any of the Gundams are older than Akira, I don't even know the date specifically. But I mean, as far as like older shows, I don't know if I've seen anything past 1990. But that's just me so far. I think for me it's more of a visual issue, more so, just because the graphics are kind of so really old that for me it would probably be a lot of nitpicking on shows that I would be interested in watching. And again, that's not to say that the storyline or the plot still wouldn't be quality enough, but it's more so for me at that point because of the fact that the visual appearance of the animation quality is clearly not as high as it is now. To me, it would just be probably such a big turnoff that I really couldn't even get into the show. But then again, I haven't seen a lot of older
That
shows.
is exactly the same thing. I heard a lot of people that said they loved Gundam Wing and loved Gundam Seed and loved G Gundam would tell me about the original Mobile Suit Gundam, 0079. Yes, they understood that the show was made in 1979, but the fact that the animation was so dated was very, very difficult. So it's not uncommon, and that's why there's always been this talk every few years of that show getting redone and remastered, because as a story, it's Mobile Suit Gundam. It speaks for itself. But the animation could definitely use an upgrade. I mean, I've watched everything from Kimba the White Lion and Tetsujin 28 Go all the way up to this current season, and I can absolutely understand where watching something from back in the day would be really difficult for a lot of anime fans.
No.
All right.
The thing was, I was a fan of Seed. Seed, Destiny. I watched those. I thought those were fantastic, and I watched these maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago when I watched it, and I thought it was great. Regardless if it ends up getting remastered or not. But yeah, I think that's probably the big thing for me. And if that's what David says, that he hears that from other people too, I could definitely see that being a thing. So.
Okay, so let's go to the next topic. Let's not go look at my email here. The next topic we're dealing with is Halloween is right around the corner, and we're going to have another episode before Halloween comes. But are we the 28th? Oh wait, no, we might not. This might be our last episode before the 31st. Am I?
Maybe it can be an A3K Halloween special.
No, actually.
What?
it might fall on the 31st if we might move it to Saturday depending on what's happening. But anyways, this was talking about creepy anime face masks that, look at that. That is kind of creepy.
This is so hot. Oh my god, I love
Oh
this.
my gosh, getting so
It's so
turned on
hot.
now. Wow.
It's so hot.
What?
It's so good.
Why
It's
do
so
I need
good.
where's the link to that? Oh, here it is.
These are actually printable templates that you can print out and wear, and really creep a couple of people out. Now, like, what
Sean,
do you? Yes.
Sean, this is the part where my previous apology comes into play.
This ain't creeping no one out.
I think it's time to get weird. Because I saw these masks, and I thought to myself, this could be someone, and possibly someone they might be having relations with.
Oh, like role play.
Doing a little bit of role play.
Okay, I like it.
Also, it could be kind of a real life body pillow kind of thing. Because it's got a face that you usually see on most body pillows, and that it's usually around 14 years old.
Whoa.
It's on the body of an adult woman, maybe.
What do you know about body pillows, dog? You got one?
I have 7. What?
Damn. I quit.
What?
Yeah. So first off, after seeing, so I just clicked on one of these images, right, to zoom in a little bit and get a bigger picture. The face is now scaring the shit out of me. So this is not a hot face, not turned on anymore. I was from a distance, but now that we've zoomed in and magnified about 3.5 times, yeah, that's a no-go. I can't do it.
That makes more for me.
That's, yeah, Mashvika. You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's my cue to move on.
Yeah, it's just scary now. So it
Now, into other cool news, there is this campaign to fight piracy.
Sean, hit that X button at the bottom right corner of your browser so we're not looking at your download history. Thanks, Doc.
What are you talking about?
Bottom right corner of your browser. Where's the show all? It's got all those files. Thanks, man.
Well, I have nothing to.
No, we know you don't. It's just
John Russell.
Aesthetic purposes.
Anime3000.com saying he has nothing to hide.
Okay, well, this
Go
is
ahead.
a cool concept. The concept here is to promote this manga anime Guardians project. Every time we have different contributors, different artists, different production companies that are lending their characters to this picture. So every time somebody visits the page, another character pops up on here. So I'm sure by the time you check this out, maybe in a couple of days, or even when you're looking at this, and the show notes will be on anime3000.com, so you can get the direct link to this page on Anime News Network. You can check the new characters added. So I think that's a pretty cool thing, especially to promote, promote a fight against anime piracy. I was gonna say to promote anime piracy. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Which characters do you guys hope to see on there popping up?
Bobobo. I honestly love Bobobo. I think he's sort of a forgotten part of Shonen Jump, and I'm seeing all of the usual suspects from Shonen Jump: Detective Conan, Monkey D. Luffy, Naruto, still around. But no Bobobo. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I liked Bobobo. I thought it was funny.
And what about you, Mr. I watch 50 shows a season?
Hey man, the way you said that was in a very judgmental tone, and I won't tolerate that. So all I'm
Watching 60.
wondering
Thank you very
is,
much.
where is Mikasa from AOT in that picture? That's my question. So they got pretty much all other lead characters in main shows, though again she still might get added. That's my big question, though, is where is her?
Is it just me, or is Luffy looking way too excited?
Dude, he
Luffy's
just saw a
mouth
Titan,
is
bro.
like-
I mean, think about how excited Luffy was when they did the One Piece special crossover with Toriko. And
I mean, his mouth is practically going down to his rib cage.
This is the thing, though. He sees the Titan, and all he sees when he's looking at the Titan is that meat. that he can just bite into. That he's looking at fresh live meat is what he's looking at, right? Because you can clearly see the meat on that Titan's meat.
Maybe
He's just hungry. He's hungry, bro.
Aaron is helping Luffy figure out what to do with the meat,
Exactly.
and Naruto can find a way to make a ramen out of it.
Exactly. He's like, dude, I need some meat for my ramen. Aaron's thinking of ways to chop it up, so he's clearly acting as the chef in this moment. And then you got
Justin. We just created our own 4-panel manga right there.
It was amazing.
The shonen protagonists having a cooking show. There it is, right there.
We've done it.
We need to get in touch with Shonen Jump. Sean, can you get us in touch with Shonen Jump? I think we have a thing.
That's going a little too far.
Nope, we're gonna run with this.
And
we're gonna run with
this just in,
millions of dollars.
ladies and gentlemen, we have Jameer Durham joining us on the call, and the ratings just shot up 2 people.
Damn. So it went from 2 to 3.5.
You there, Jameer? Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
All right, so we're pretty much going through the different news headlines and talking about it. Right now, we're talking about the MAG, the Manga Anime Guardians project, where in order to spread the awareness of fighting against anime piracy, they have teamed up with a couple of production companies to lend their characters to this image. Yes. So the idea is the site needs to meet 1 million visitors for all of the characters they have slated for this picture to appear. So
who's going to be the last character? That's a question.
Who do you guys think would be a fitting last character for this picture?
Then, right?
Goku. Oh, that's no. Goku has not made an appearance. I don't see any.
I think it has to be Goku. I think they got to save Goku for last. I mean, he is pretty much the John Cena of anime and all. Yeah. He's the main event draw.
If they showed motherfucking Kaito Kid and they don't show Goku, then something's wrong.
Well, I don't see any DBZ characters.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. In time, I'm guessing. In time. Because we all know the world can't go 5 minutes without DBZ.
All right, so let's see what else we have here. Going to the next article. Now, the next. All right, you have one?
Yeah.
All right, what do you have?
I got taking it from one of the more infamous A3K podcast episodes that we've ever done that sparked the 585 plus comment section. Ken Akamatsu has come out. Kind of sad that JD's not here for this. Ken Akamatsu has come out. For you, those people who don't know who he is, he wrote Love Hina and AI Love You and a couple of those other manga. He's pissed off about the Great Britain child pornography sentence. I don't know if you guys heard about that. There's this guy named Robert Hoke, 39-year-old guy that lives in England, and they gave him a sentence of 9 months in prison for possession of child pornography when people found manga drawings of schoolgirls on his computer. And the guy, like Ken Akamatsu, found out about it and he got pissed and he came out and he said that, people just can't be in their homes and draw whatever they want anymore. Like now everything's starting to, you can't express yourself through any medium. Now even if you have like a picture of like a girl or a child on your computer, then that's that's grounds for you to be thrown in jail. And he's saying that it's not a sexual act and there's no victims because even if there are sexual acts depicted in manga, the girls aren't real, so there's no real victims. So why are people being put in jail? And I just found that to be interesting because that's always been like a hot topic of debate among the community as far as sexualized manga goes.
This happened in the UK, you said, right?
Yeah, it happened in the UK.
I know that in the UK they're very, very strict on their pornography laws, and especially with what could be perceived as child pornography. Also, as far as security and monitoring and all of that stuff, the UK is very, very tight on that. A lot of people will say if you go through the streets of London, you are being watched. Period. There are cameras everywhere. It is becoming a George Orwell novel in the UK, so it's not entirely unsurprising. Does it seem essentially like a victimless quote-unquote crime? Yeah, possibly, sort of. Was he hurting anyone? Not particularly. But according to their law, the content was still illegal, so they did still have to enforce the law, which does kind of suck. But overall, they're a lot more strict in the UK than a lot of other countries.
They gave him a suspended 9-month sentence, so they told him to follow certain guidelines, and as long as he follows those guidelines, they won't throw him in jail. So I guess I don't know whether it's just that them showing.
I think it seems like he fell in kind of a gray area where they really couldn't bring the hammer on him because what he was doing, the content he possessed, could have been seen as illegal, but again, the crime wasn't really causing harm to anyone around. It was almost like a possession charge more than anything.
Yeah, it's my weed, but I ain't gonna smoke it.
Right.
I just have it.
And
What
by
a
all
great
accounts,
example.
it was his first offense. So
America's different, isn't it? Like if somebody searches your computer and they find like that guy, like he had a picture of a drawn like comic girl, it's not bad. But if it's a picture of a girl getting like sexually assaulted, then it's you slap the handcuffs on you, you're going to jail. It seems like he got taken just for having a picture on his computer.
Yeah, it's not that different if they do find that on your computer, or if they find that your IP address, because we all know what can happen with IP address, that can be anything, anywhere. If they trace what is known as objectionable content to your IP address, you're pretty much boned, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
And
What?
you'll end up going to some kind of prison for objectionable content.
Damn.
Okay, well, speaking of objectionable content, if you guys have been watching the current season, one of the more talked about shows is
I'm
Terra
totally
from
about
Mars.
to get spoiled now.
Now, how many of you have been watching Terra from Mars?
I'm only on episode 2, but I am aware of the controversy.
What? We have 2 Justin Silvas?
Bro, no, it's because
Double complete Justin.
I didn't realize it was going to kick me out after I logged into a different email address. You can kick the other one, though.
They look exactly the same.
His doppelganger.
I'm seeing double. There's 4 Justin Silvas.
Now, if I kill the copy, will the original still exist?
Dude,
I
I think so.
How do I know?
This is like that debate that some people have about the transporters in Star Trek. Once you arrive, are you still you?
Which one is the real me?
Damn, no.
I'm killing the original. Hide from broadcast. There you go. I can't get rid of you.
That's what they all say, baby.
Way to go, Justin.
Yeah,
Well, anyways,
sorry, go
Crunchyroll's.
ahead. Oh, yeah, brother, uncensored. Oh, so excited.
Yeah, that's right. They're gonna stream their first 3 uncensored. So pretty much.
Oh, is it going to be uncensored?
Yeah.
All right,
Just
cool.
the first 3 episodes, and they're only doing it for 24 hours.
I can't wait.
Oh.
I mean, they'll be coming out with the rest. They're just doing like a little teaser thing for now.
Well, I don't think.
But
I think
Crunchyroll is going to be showing the entire series, right?
Yeah, they're going to be showing the entire series uncensored.
Okay.
Mars.
So why didn't they just start off showing it uncensored? Why censored and then give us the uncensored version?
Licensing is.
That's what I'm saying. It's pointless.
Honestly, I think it's a great marketing tool. I think it was a good way to get people talking about the show, and we're talking about
In
it.
a negative way.
And now Crunchyroll is going to get a whole bunch of people to tune in because now people want to see it uncensored.
But would you guys really rewatch it just to not see those black circles?
I haven't seen it at all.
Oh, okay. See, I will, but the only reason why is because since I follow a bunch of Twitter accounts that post these updates, the moment I found that, I just stopped watching the censored version, and I stopped at episode 3, so it's not really a big thing for me, so to speak. So, because they're at episode 5 now, so it's not as though I've watched the other 2 episodes already, so I don't really feel that it is backtracking as much.
Well, it gives me an opportunity to catch up because I'm only at episode 2, so I will be watching all 3 when this comes out, and then I'll continue on from there.
All right.
Well, to me, I don't think it's going to add that much to the show. I mean, I get enough of my gore and violence from...
It's going to add everything to the show, dude. I'm going to be able to see bodies ripped apart, man. That's the best.
Hit the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, yeah, more like hit the bodies ripped on the floor. They're really ripped on the floor. And bleeding. Yeah.
And we're going to... Speaking of bodies hitting the floor...
Wait, what?
And bleeding... We have Assassination Classroom. Now, Jameer, you sent out a link earlier today. I didn't know the OVA was actually out.
I did, and it's great.
It's a shame that that's not readily available, because you got it off YouTube, correct?
Yeah, it was. Well, it came out, like, I believe, earlier in the year. And
I'm terrified at this image. I'm absolutely terrified.
Have any of you read, I know Justin hasn't, but
No.
have you, David, read Assassination Classroom?
Can't say that I have, and after looking at this cover, I don't think I want to.
Exactly. That's why I don't read manga.
I'm a little scared right now, Sean. I'm not going to lie.
Jameer, tell them what Assassination Classroom is about, if you don't mind.
Assassination Classroom is about a group of students who are contracted by the Japanese government to assassinate and kill the yellow, the yellow guy that you guys are so freaked out about, whom they dub Koro Sensei. And apparently, Koro Sensei wants to destroy the Earth. He's going to, the moon. He's going to blow up the moon. And they have to stop him within a year, or he's going to blow up the moon. But it's really hard to kill him because he moves at like Mach 20 speed, and he can camouflage himself and turn invisible. But he teaches he tries to teach them the art of assassination to help them kill him. But
I have question.
What?
I have question. If he can move at Mach 12, why is he taking a whole year to destroy?
It's Mach 20, bro. God, get your...
20, man.
That's just rude. That's just embarrassing.
It's some sort of the way they talk about it in the manga. He made some sort of promise, which they haven't really gone in depth into. But he made some sort of promise to somebody a long time ago that he would become a teacher. And he promised the Japanese government that he would not destroy the moon if they were able to kill him within the year. That's just the parameters that he set for himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the funny thing about this, if you don't mind me just interjecting real quick, this show is actually coming out next season, winter 2015, into an anime. And the moment you said a moment you said that he's the teacher at Mach 20 speed, I was like, oh my god, I read this on Anachart for the next season of anime that I'll be watching this.
The manga is really good. I'm caught up with it, and it hasn't really given me any bad chapters. There's some short ones that are 18 and 19 pages long, but the part that they're in right now is really engaging. I'd encourage people who haven't, if they just want to read the first couple chapters to see if they'll like it, you'll know if you like it within the first 3 to 4 chapters of the manga.
Okay. And we're going to move on to television news, Toonami news, and if you are following Toonami and you're watching Hellsing, we have some bad news for you. And we've kind of alluded to this in previous podcasts, but it looks like the finale will not be airing on Toonami.
Can I get the prices right? Wrong answer.
Damn, dog, I quit.
So, unfortunately, if you were hoping that it would have coincided with Funimation's release of it, that unfortunately is not going
So
to.
you've been enjoying Hellsing Ultimate. Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Who are you people?
That was a wrestling.
But hey, guys, they're bringing back Dragon Ball Z again.
And
Isn't
that's
that
a thing.
great?
Please.
Yeah.
that would be on the same that'd be on the same totem as them like taking Helsing off and being like, it's alright guys, it's alright. We're gonna give you more Fooly Cooly. Alright, don't all get happy at once. Don't all jump up at once.
You know what I'd be really interested to find out though would be to speak to whoever is in charge.
Fooly Cooly is my rage trigger.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to speak to who's ever in charge, or even interview, and like who's ever in charge of deciding what shows get put on Toonami. I would love to speak to. I would love to speak to that person, or even interview that person, because I guess the question is like, do they ever take chances to the extent of adding, like having one slot where they just it's like a fan favorite, like a fan.
I pointed that out a long time ago, and people looked at me like I had leprosy.
Isn't that kind of what they did with Black Lagoon and Gurren Lagann?
Nah, because Black Lagoon is just Black. I told somebody that Black Lagoon was like the most American anime ever made, because it's just guns and shooting and violence and that.
It is.
I agree with you though, David, on the Gurren Lagann. I could see Gurren Lagann as kind of being somewhat a more standoutish show. I mean, I guess I'm thinking more of, if we're talking recent shows, I'm talking more of like something like Beyond the Boundary. Or Shin freaking, oh my god, what's that show?
Or Hime Musu.
Jeez, from last year, what is it?
Well, the guys at Adult Swim, they tried to think outside of the box with Durarara and the Monogatari shows, and they didn't do very well in the ratings.
They put a Monogatari show on Adult Swim?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Did they?
At the irregular at Magic High School, I feel like that would have done good. Free.
A personal favorite of mine, Casshern Sins. That was on Adult Swim for
when was the last time Toonami had a sports anime? That's my question. Like why Kurko's basketball? Why don't you put that on there? I bet you that would do so well.
As long as I don't have to watch Prince of Tennis again.
Yeah, Prince of. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the thing about sports anime was. The thing about sports anime was that, like, apparently in America, sports anime doesn't sell well. Like, Funimation, and back when Genion was around, rest in peace, they used to try and get sports anime. Like, Big Wind-Up was, like, I think the last sports anime that Funimation got, because Big Wind-Up was great, but apparently Americans, one, don't like baseball, go figure, and two, they don't like baseball drama stories, so Big Wind-Up.
Okay, so this is my thing, though, right? First off, so initially I had the same perception when I initially watched my first sports anime. And my first sports anime I got introduced to was, I think it was like The Night in the Area, which is a soccer anime. Yeah. And so now you have to understand, I mean, I've played soccer competitively for 6-7 years. I played Premier Level, which is like pre-ODP for the areas, and I played on West East Coast. So I've been playing ever since I was 3, and my initial thought was, okay, I'm not gonna like this. But I decided I just need to watch episode 1.
People who play real football, they look at animated football. It was like, no, there's no way you can make it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I came in there.
I can honestly say, of the football players I know that do enjoy anime, not one of them has enjoyed Ice Shield 21.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing for me is, I came in totally biased, right? Just I play soccer. This is a real sport. I'm not going to like this animated version, which is just a show.
Yeah.
And after I watched the first probably 3 episodes, I was instantly hooked. And then I got over to the new Prince of Tennis, and then I got over to Kuroko's Basketball, and then I got over to Hajime no Ippo, the Fighting Rising, and just a bunch of other stuff I just kind of peeled off to. And it is the
just
most...
to throw one out there, gentlemen, Basquash.
Robot basketball.
Yes.
That would. Well, they tried something. Toonami tried that. Like the closest they got to that was IGPX. So like we're just gonna take.
Oh,
it
dude,
back.
IGPX. Yo,
I
IGPX was
loved
the shit.
IGPX.
That was the shit.
IGPX was great. That was
So
actually
good.
for people.
So good.
Basquash 2. Robots playing basketball and that opening theme. Oh my! And how the mechs had sneakers. They had basketball shoes.
I have my Jordan.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Nobody
Yeah.
remembers Basquash, man. Like if you say, man, you guys ever seen Basquash? You're like, I don't.
I've never even heard of that, actually. I'm
Basketball,
looking
man.
it up.
Come on, robot basketball.
It's
See,
robots
Oh,
playing street ball.
if they were ever to
What's wrong
put
with that?
sports anime on Toonami, it would like.
It would be Basquash.
Yeah, it would either be Basquash, Fighting Spirit because it's boxing, or probably Kuroko's Basketball because of popular American sports. But like,
And let me
Yo, this
stop you
actually
real
looks
quick.
pretty sick. This thumbnail is awesome.
Let me stop you real quick. Just want to introduce everyone. Frankie Max, AW Brawler, is in the room now. It's dark.
Bro.
I promise he's there. He just disappeared. Well,
Can y'all
anyways.
see me? Can y'all hear me at least?
yeah,
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Right now we're talking about
Here we go.
sports anime. So feel free to fill the pace of the conversation and jump in as you feel fit.
Oh, if
Now,
you're talking
Jameer,
about
I'm sorry.
sports anime, I can't go. I can't let the conversation end without mentioning Prince of Tennis or Kuroki's Basketball. Just can't.
see if they start
And with Prince of Tennis.
if they put in Kuroko's Basketball, I'm pretty sure that it'll get good ratings. But the thing about sports anime that I've realized is that it's dominated by 2 sports. It's dominated by soccer, and I think it's dominated by baseball. Because there's a whole bunch of old anime series, not excluding Slam Dunk because that's basketball. But if you go and look at like all the soccer anime, you got Giant Killing, you got Night in the Area. There's a lot of tennis ones too. So I mean,
Oh no, yeah, dude. One of the good ones, Baby Steps, bro, was a show that really caught me off guard. I was talking with Frank with this, and the thumbnail looks so. Based on the thumbnail and the plot summary, the show just looked really kind of amateurish, really childish, so to speak. And I thought it was going to be more targeted towards a younger demographic and audience. And after I watched it, I was like, oh my god, it's so in depth and technical. It's developmental anime that I love so much. Oh, thank you.
I remember episodes of Prince of
Childish, though.
Tennis taking like 15 minutes just to explain why the ball was like still in play.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I love that about Prince of Tennis though, because I don't really care for sports, but tennis is one of the sports I do like. So it actually made me get more into tennis. I understood it a little bit more when they explained the backhand and the slice and all of that stuff. I'm like, hey, now I'm interested in tennis.
Yeah.
A good sports anime would do that.
Okay.
I guess that's why I liked Basquash so much, because that's what got me interested in
I
basketball.
like Basquash because robot dunking. All right,
Yes.
nobody to blame but yourself. Get out the lane.
Get out the lane. What?
I'm coming in.
What is happening?
All right, so I'm gonna move this to the next article. Believe it or not, we were talking about Toonami. So now we're gonna talk about another show that is gonna be.
I'd also like to shamelessly plug one of the panels I'm doing at Youmacon in Detroit next week. That is going to be about the return of Toonami.
The return of Toonami.
Wait, where did Toonami go, bro?
It was
You
gone.
remember they were gone for a while, and it used to just be Adult
Really?
Swim. Guys, really, Toonami. They have Tom the robot back in the little ship again. The upgraded Tom, not the old one.
Bro, wait.
No, you mean,
I'm not
so
gonna
you
talk
mean,
about
you
that
mean you mean the resurgence of Toonami?
Yeah, hang on. Yo, I always thought that Adult Swim was the prime show. That was the prime subbed the subbed anime that they dubbed and brought over.
They turned
It's coming.
Toonami.
It's
They
coming.
turned Toonami
Like
into Adult Swim. Like Adult Swim was what Toonami. No, Toonami is what Adult Swim
Because I
was.
thought Adult Swim before was separate years ago or whatever. So after you watched Toonami, then Adult Swim came on, and that was where you had your shows like Bleach and your IGPX, your Rurouni Kenshin, your Yu Hakusho, all that stuff, right?
Right, you remember because Toonami used to be censored and come on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
And they censored the heck out of Yu Yu Hakusho for one thing.
And then they did the midnight runs because of that.
Oh. Okay.
Like a lot of people that came up on anime really should be crediting Midnight Run, because Midnight Run is where they debuted a lot of the popular anime that people are talking about. But then they kind of transitioned that into Adult Swim when Adult Swim was coming up, and then Toonami later on as it was dying out. But speaking of Toonami, we have Inuyasha, the final act, is coming to Toonami on November 15th. So,
I mean, yay?
No, not yet.
So enthusiastic.
Yay, I guess.
It's been out for a while.
Kagome!
Years.
Inuyasha!
I think I stopped watching after episode 2.5. So.
Here's a question I have. They could take Inuyasha from Viz Media, Toonami could, but a brother can't get Hunter x Hunter on Toonami.
Come on, bruh. You already know that should be on there.
They've had that shit for almost 6 to 7 years, and they can't put that on there, but they can bring back Inuyasha.
Well, here's the thing. Viz doesn't own
I'm still waiting for Turn A Gundam.
Viz doesn't own the video,
Wait.
the anime series.
Oh, they don't own it anymore?
No, I actually spoke with somebody from Viz at New York Comic Con, and I asked them the same question, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't actually own the rights to that."
Hey, my shit still stands from when they had it and Toonami was still on. I'm just saying.
You know, this is my thing, right?
Still waiting on Turn A Gundam Sunrise.
Are they going to release it? You didn't hear about that?
Yeah,
Wait, what is it?
I did, and I'm happy.
Wait, what is it?
We'll get
Still waiting.
just like after. Sean, do they still have that thing about the Gundam, all the Gundam series being re-released?
Yeah, Right Stuff and Sunrise are teaming together to release all the Gundam series in the United States.
That was a segue for you, Sean.
Yes,
I was
all of
leading
them.
that story.
And they're doing them, and they're going to be releasing them systematically. But they did announce that they're releasing the original Gundam and Turn A Gundam as of right now. So you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for that G Gundam to come out.
When that was announced,
now.
Sean, when that was announced, that loud squeaking sound that you heard emanating from the Midwest was me screaming in joy. That was me.
That was just bad. I read that article, and I have like a whole bunch of friends. I have a whole bunch of friends who love Gundam, and I told them about it, and they did not believe me. Like they had to look it up themselves because they could not be persuaded. They had to read it themselves. I'm like, guys, I've been telling them. I was like, you do realize that there's too much money in Gundam for the license to just sit there. Like somebody.
That's what Bandai did for a while.
Somebody strike a deal and release all of it. You know, people's anime collection is just going to increase by damn near like 15 series, except Seed because nobody's going to buy that. But
Dog, whoa, that's disrespectful, dog. That's disrespectful.
See,
Don't say that about my Seed desk.
Seed is okay. Seed is okay. Destiny is where we have a problem.
I need to know that's
You're the problem. You're the problem.
Seed is great. Seed is great if you're trying to go to sleep. If you have
But how do you feel
insomnia,
about 0083 Stardust Memory?
yeah, that's
that's
what.
fantastic.
Frank,
Fantastic.
That's a high five, bro.
Wait,
That's
what?
my
Gentlemen.
favorite Gundam.
Gentlemen, I want to ask Zeta Gundam.
What just happened?
Zeta Gundam?
Zeta Gundam, I've heard really good things about Zeta Gundam, but I've never had the chance to watch. It's the same thing.
Please watch
Gundam
Zeta
X. It's the
Bruh.
same Gundam X.
It's the Universal Century show I recommend to everyone. That's the show.
Does this mean that we're going to get an HD re-release of War in the Pocket so I could cry again?
Yes.
Yes. I wish they released all this stuff on Blu-ray.
War in the Pocket.
War in the Pocket. 6 episodes of just pure sadness.
What? Like, what, dude? Yo, where are you coming up with these names, bro?
Justin, there's this anime called Mobile Gundam.
War in the Pocket, Mobile Suit Gundam, 0080.
There's this show called Mobile Suit Gundam. There's this genre in
OVA.
anime that revolves around giant robots.
Bro,
I don't
you, the way you make it sound is that Gundam is like its own genre.
It is.
Basically is.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
Giant mech. Yeah, it's got.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Dot Hack because I don't understand the timeline. I would have to literally go through and watch every single Dot Hack revision, side story,
Which I've done.
adaptation, whatever, just to really understand it. And I feel that kind of is the same way. I just don't. I think because I haven't seen a lot of the older ones or even any of the originals, that I don't fully grasp the entirety of the timeline, and I could just give a shit less.
The difference is that, like Gundam, you can watch Gundam and not fall asleep. I can't say that for Dot Hack.
Yeah, agreed. But okay, so for me so far, the best Gundam by far, at least for the ones, because I mean I've only seen probably four series. I'll say the best so far is Gundam 00 that I've seen.
I like 00.
I like
Gundam
Gundam
00 a
Wing.
lot.
Yeah, because see, I thought 00 was quality.
00 is the show I usually recommend first for people
Yeah.
that are curious about Gundam.
00 was decent.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Have any of you seen Gundam Unicorn?
Hell yes.
I have not.
Hell
I
yes.
quit. I'm done.
For some odd reason, the Gundam that I recommend to people is always G Gundam because it's a more light, easier to follow story that's more about fighting. Since that seems to be what people want, then after that they get interested in it. Like now, let's look at Gundam Wing. Now let's look at 0083. Then
It's the Gundam show for people that don't like Gundam.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Dawn, but yeah, come on.
I'm definitely not watching it. Gonna put that on my do not watch list. Thank you.
G Gundam had a lot of classic, iconic anime meme moments. Like, just the writing got so absurd in some of those episodes that you're like, come on, man.
But
I ain't serious.
it's so wonderful because
This head of mine is burning red.
I have at a convention in front of people done the School of the Undefeated of the East, the Winds of the King, in front of hundreds of people. And I have no regrets about it. Because someone ran out of the crowd and finished it with me.
Yeah.
That was a real ass Gundam fan moment. And
G
it was
Gundam is
wonderful.
iconic.
I love G Gundam.
You
Was he at
could.
least wearing the purple gi? Tell me who's wearing the purple gi.
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
We did the pose and it got like the biggest crowd pop. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Sean, I just thought of a fantastic idea, and the idea I thought of is that from now on, anytime there's any big anime conventions on the East Coast that I can go to, we should go, and then we should just do a panel on current anime. So like anytime A3K, if they want, like if there's enough people going to conventions, depending on where they're at, across the country and people available at that time, should just be talking about current anime and doing just like an overall roundup of at that time where anime is at, whether it's current shows that are going on, the current episodes, and just kind of the pros and cons and everything in between. I think it could be a winner.
And you just gave it away to everybody, so now that panel is going to be gone.
No, they can't do the panel because I would have to be an integral part of this panel because of the fact, and again, I'm not tooting my own horn here, I'm just saying in general that this kind of a panel would really only work, there you go, thank you, this kind of panel would really only work with people who watch a lot of anime, right? Because you can't have people on this panel who only watch 5.5 shows, right, a season. You'd have to have people on this panel that can pretty much talk about any, if not 90, 80, 90% plus of anime that's currently airing.
You don't watch Tribe Cool Crew.
I'm done. I quit. I'm done. Shit out of here.
Fun.
So,
Hey,
anyways, just
Tribe Cool Crew is still an anime for this season, and since it's pitched at
not an
kids,
anime.
it's good for kids.
doesn't even count.
It's good for kids. I actually enjoyed it. It reminds me of Jet Set Radio and Space
Yeah,
Shuttle 5.
that's the same thing my friend said when she saw the opening. She's like, I didn't know Jet Set Radio made an anime. I was like, hush.
Exactly.
Dang, he said hush.
That means
That means be quiet.
Jet Set Radio gets an anime. I'm done for the entire season. That's the only thing I'm gonna watch.
Damn.
A Jet Set Radio
So
anime would
it is
probably
about
be the
that
greatest thing
time
ever.
I have put a time on this, so because I know we can go on forever and ever. So
Hey
the
everybody,
podcasts are
Sean
not
Russell of
1 hour.
Anime 3000.
So what we're gonna do now is we are going to give our takeaways, and this is your chance to plug yourself and what you're doing, and if you have a podcast or anything that you want people to check out, now is the time to say it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with David.
Well,
Let us
I
know
do
what's
stuff
going on.
at DeltaJulietMike.com, like the Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast, the Nanashi Anime Podcast with my friend Lillian Verse, most recently the upcoming episode of Shooting the Shit with Two Nerdy Black Guys, where my co-host Brandon Cooper and I, yes,
I love that title.
The title was his idea.
I quit.
Where we interview a very popular YouTuber, Ashley Paramore, healthy addict,
Who's black?
and all sorts of stuff at DeltaJulietMike.com, because I actually do stuff.
Damn.
All right, and
Just can't top that. So.
next we have Frank
No, you can't.
Max, AW Brawler.
All right. Well, for me right now at the moment, I'm actually getting into esports here. I'm actually going to be teaming up with Empire Arcadia, and I'll be going back into Pokemon. A little bit of I'll have to start back getting into Call of Duty, since that's big amongst the esports people. And Splatoon, we will be working to make sure Splatoon falls under the esports.
Empire Arcadia, Triforce still working in Empire Arcadia?
Right.
You still there?
Yeah.
Woo! All right.
And
All right.
I know what you're coming from with that, so I'm gonna stop from there. And also on the anime review side of things,
I'm lost.
well, on the anime side of things, I'm actually starting up another podcast. Have not came up with a name with it just yet, but I finally have a dedicated crew of 5 people, so we have a podcast that I'll try to get at least once every week. So I'll be tweeting the details once I get everything set up.
All right, and Jameer.
All right, what's up, guys? This is the host of the Two Guys in My Podcast. Most of you know who I am.
I know.
Well, that's all right.
That's Jameer. He's kind of a big deal.
Never mind him. He's there.
He's a big deal on the internet. Thank you
Hi,
very much.
papi.
So what I'm doing is, man, this is gonna seem pretty lazy, but I'm not working anymore. I'm out of work.
I quit.
Yeah, I'm pretty much unemployed. My days revolve around getting up in the morning and watching anime. But at the moment,
I'm jealous of your life right now.
That's the dream.
At the moment, I'm currently working on a project because I'm going to Navy boot camp next month. So I have to,
good luck with that.
Yeah, thanks. I have to make sure that all of the movies that my podcast is going to do to cover the 15 weeks that I'm gone is being done. And Sean, I guess I could give you this as an update. I got 5 left. So that's going on at a really good pace. Those will probably be. I'll probably be done with that by next week. But after that, yeah, it's literally just watching anime, playing games. I got a Bayonetta 2 today, so I'm gonna try that out.
Goaty.
Hey, I've already played some of it. Love
That's
that game
the
already.
Goaty. G-O-T-Y, gentlemen. G-O-T-Y.
Fire up my Wii U and take it from the box from the dust that it was collecting, so I can play it. So
It's worth it. It's so worth it.
I bought it. It's got 2 games in it, man. Like, people don't realize this is 2 full-length games for $60. You're basically playing $30 a game. You can't beat that. Free costumes, man. Please.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it gives you.
Isn't the game like 20 hours of gameplay for $60?
It's like 20, 23, 24.
Yeah, dog. Not worth it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Sean
we're going to go
Russell,
to Justin.
Anime2000.com. What have you got going on, Sean? John, what have you got going on at Anime2000.com?
Oh, wait, is it my
Somebody
turn?
jumped over Justin. Yeah, Justin.
Damn, thanks for the turn, baby. So, yeah. As far as what I'm doing right now, geez, pretty much nothing. Well, aside from just watching as much anime as humanly possible. As most people know, I watch around 30 to 40 plus shows a season, more than most that I know. But please feel free to try and keep up. If you can't keep up, I will let you join my plus 30 anime club, which is kind of like this new thing I'm starting. It's going to be the 500 club. right? Or no? Sorry, it's not the 500 Club. What's it? What's the Mile High
700
Club?
Club?
Thank you. That's what it is. The Mile High Club, right? Because people who have relations on airplanes, whatever it is, right? It's going to be our own thing, and it's going to be called the Over 30, Over 40 Make Club or something, which does not refer to our age, though. Whatever, it could happen. Point is, I watch a lot of anime. If you're interested in checking out, I tweet about every episode I watch for all the shows I watch. So if you're looking for my impressions, my thoughts on every episode, shows I'm currently watching, what I'm considering top anime at the moment, check me out on Twitter at @ThatJustinSilva. And that's pretty much it. People are more than welcome to add me on my Skype or tweet at me. And if you like to talk anime, I enjoy talking it. And just watching it, that's it. Ooh, that actually worked out really good. I should coin that at the end. That was so quality. So quality.
All right, and
Sean Russell of Anime3000.com, head of the A3K network. What have you got going on over there at Anime3000.com?
All right. A lot of things at anime3000.com. Keep checking us out. We're going to be doing more of these in the future and working out the kinks. So I want to thank everybody on this panel for joining us. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and follow us at anime3000.com to find out when future episodes will be coming out. We're going to try to keep it to Fridays or Saturdays, depending on what's falling on those days. So we'll let you know in advance, and thank you so much for checking it out. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for being you.